Hello. Okay, which Action Adam was the real one? You want to do it again? Hello, and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show, the podcast. We are joined by our friend Will Menaker.
Happy to be here.
Old school. Why Dick Willy? We're doing a check-in, a friend check-in. What do you think of our enterprise?
I mean, you've come so far from the humble beginnings back at the at Amber's old apartment back in.
Certainly.
Yeah.
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 The set looks amazing. The stew is exquisite. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think just to catch the audience up, what we're doing today is we are testing out our control room, which we've been building out the last month and a half, Nick? Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think people give a fuck.
No, but so what we're doing is there will be a video feed of this which will be going up on
Assuming
Patreon.
that there's not some kind of fuck up with the
That's
thing.
why I asked you this. That's why I asked you this.
I wouldn't mention it. I would say there's
You
no
didn't
point.
say I wouldn't mention it.
That's why I said
I asked you whether or not I should say this before we started.
I said
You could say whatever you want.
I said we're just doing a podcast.
No, I know we're doing a podcast right now, but is this going to be okay? We will attempt to be putting up the video feed of this.
All right, who gives a shit? First thing in the news this week, nobody cares about the fucking control room or anything.
Well, I asked you before
Let's
we
just
started
do a podcast.
whether or not no.
Forget the cameras.
No,
The studio looks
plugging-
great. The studio looks great.
No, Nicholas, I asked you prior to us starting, whether or not we plug the video feed of this podcast going up on patreon.com.
Top of the news this week.
What?
Train derailment in Ohio.
Yeah.
Way worse than I thought initially.
How bad did you think it was initially?
Well, I was upset for the train mostly.
Was it cargo or was it passenger?
It was a passenger train.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was this the one that just happened today, or is there?
No, the one a couple weeks ago.
Is this the chemical spill in Ohio?
Yeah, they had to burn all the people in the train, and they were filled with chemicals, I guess. And then, no, did you see this? Have you seen the pictures of this like fucking mushroom cloud?
It's quite an impressive column of smoke billowing into the atmosphere.
Well, there's pictures from like planes where people are
you can
going
see it
over.
from planes. There's pictures of the water and
Yeah.
around the surrounding area now.
It's funny too because it's like those people probably took those pictures from the planes like on the way to like Chicago. Like no one was going to Ohio. They're just flying over Ohio and they're like, that sucks.
And that's Ohio, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the state with the ongoing chemical fire.
Yeah.
Wait, so was it a chemical fire or a passenger train?
You know, it was a freight train.
Okay.
It was a freight train. Passengers were not killed. It was a freight train transporting
Oh, thank God.
an extremely toxic chemical called vinyl chloride that derailed, then caught on fire, and it's a disaster, ongoing disaster.
LPs to make records.
It's like a precursor for PVC, but it's like the problem is that I guess when they keep it in a liquid state, it's like pressurized in there, but it boils at like 7 degrees. So if it loses pressure, then it immediately starts
Combusting.
boiling. And it could have created this like giant. It could have blown up the entire fucking town because basically the train turns into a bomb. So they decided to burn off the chemicals coming out of the. But then even burning it off, it's like there's like untold.
Yeah, people's pets are dying and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Birds are falling out of the sky.
Like 100 miles away.
Yeah.
And then there's already people jumping on it saying that it's part of like a Republican genocide.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a great replacement thing. Like they're burning down the chicken coops with all the eggs that people need, and they're intentionally derailing trains to sort of scour the landscape of people from Ohio.
Yeah, people that voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So you buy that, Will?
I think that we're going to see an uptick in train derailments. I mean, there were 1,000 last year. There'll probably be 10,000 this coming year, and just be assured that everyone who dies suspiciously in them probably wasn't vaccinated or didn't vote for Donald Trump or voted for Donald
And
Trump.
this is at the discretion of Pete Buttigieg.
Yes, he is the He is the capo de tutti capo behind all the train derailments.
He's kind of the power
he's
broker.
He's a madman. He's a child with a nationwide train set, and he's just like. Have you seen The Fabelmans, the Spielberg movie?
Of course I have.
Okay. It's like when little Steven
Here we go. This is where Adam comes alive.
What are you talking about?
Like when he recreates the train disaster that he saw on screen in that movie, he's recreating it
cool.
again. But like instead of being some sort of like a Freudian deconstruction of wanting to have sex with your mother or bearing witness to her dad being cucked by Seth Rogen, it's to gas Trump voters with deadly chemicals.
What's wrong with is it like something inherent in me? Like, am I just a bad person that I read about Ohio and my first thought is like, oh, I really want to watch Chernobyl again? Like, that's the emotion that it inspires.
Well,
in me.
I wanted to watch Tony Scott's Unstoppable again.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because...
is that a lack of empathy, or have I just seen too much good stuff?
I think there's just too many good movies and TV shows out these days. It's just like everything that will happen in reality already has its analog in a film or television show that's already existed and you've seen.
Yeah.
So when reality catches up to what the movie was trying to transmit then, you're like, oh, well, I have a frame of reference for this.
Literally, the Chernobyl disaster was worth it for the television series we got out of it 40 years later.
Did you know about the Ohio train disaster? They filmed parts of the White Noise adaptation in East Palestine, Ohio, and they used people from that town as extras in the train disaster.
Tough choice name choice for the town.
For a town getting bombed full of chemicals. Right. Israel, they'll put a settlement anywhere. Actually, that's really what's happening. It's not Trump voters; they're just clearing them out for to make an Israeli settlement in East Palestine. They got the West Bank. Now they're getting the East Bank in Ohio.
They're getting every part of it. Yeah. Adam, do you have any thoughts about that?
It's a center-left program now. So
we
are pro-Israel and pro-Palestine.
Yeah, two-state solution.
Yeah. No. Yes, 2 states. That's the
center-left position.
Yeah, it's crazy to catch up with you, Will, because we used to be on the same side. Members of the alt-left together. And now Nick and I have evolved. Kind of, we're adults now.
Well, it's.
We're like Rachel Ray or Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe now.
Are you guys going to have like a cooking element to the program, like Rachel Ray and Martha Stewart? If you guys want me to cook something on the show, like when Carson would have some, like
I think we should have
Letterman had Scorsese have his mom.
A chemistry thing, like a Food Network for chemistry.
Oh. like the science.
Yeah,
network,
we just like fuck around with chemicals, but we have like a big production studio kitchen. We try to make our own methamphetamines.
Make your own vinyl chloride.
There
you go.
Chloride. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
It's very late. It's 10:30 right now. This is a Taft's After Dark.
Yeah.
Will came into the studio. He saved our asses. We wanted a guest, and I don't think he wanted to come, but I think your lovely Catherine wanted to come, and for that I say thank you. Catherine, how are you back there?
I'm doing great.
We want to keep her away from the buttons. We're not used to a woman being so close to the buttons on our show.
That's the thing about women. They love to push buttons. They push my buttons. You know what I'm saying, fellas?
That's true. So it's weird without a mic.
Yeah, it is weird. That's why I'm glad I have this beer here, because I feel like it's my
We're still getting used to
safety
it.
I feel like
blanket.
I'm used to it now. I feel fine. I know how to do a little bit of this action.
But you're so handsome. That's the issue. I need it to cover my face.
And what, the
just like masks.
Yeah,
it's really
I
was watching Tucker in the hotel.
Doing headphones are bigger for me than having headphones on, especially for doing impressions.
Yeah.
And you have live feedback and you can hear it.
Yeah. That helps.
That's very important. Yeah. For sure.
This man is a master over here.
No, not really. There's none I'm good at.
What are you talking about?
Your Joe Biden impression was fantastic. I thought that was fantastic.
That was you were in the workshop for that one.
Yeah, the Joe Biden and
just
the Robert
staying up till 4 a.m.
talking into your phone.
Yeah.
Was that in the cabin?
Yeah, that's and then Robert
times.
Duvall. I thought your Robert Duvall was very good too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this train derailment, I really can't. I can't get enough of this thing.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like the Bhopal disaster, which is what White Noise is based on. Now there's It's just this is what I mean. It's like movies have like reality has already happened, and it's all reality that's going to happen has happened in movies, and it's just we're a matter of like we're not making any new movies. We're just going to like catch up eventually, and then I don't know.
Well, you're a native New Yorker, right? So when you saw 9/11 happen, as a child,
Did we get a single good 9/11 movie?
No.
They tried too quickly.
I don't know, like
They
United
didn't wait-
93 is I think what people would say, but I'm not really a big. I mean, it's
That's just lies.
yeah, it is.
That's just lies.
It took.
That's just Langley.
It took 80 years to make a good Titanic movie.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the one from like the 40s? The
A Night to Remember.
Night to Remember.
Yeah.
It was crap.
Funny to forget the name of that movie. What a dumb title. Who did somebody say that on the Titanic while it was sinking?
Well,
this surely is a night to remember.
I met the sorry, just gonna name drop here. I met the actress who portrays Kate Winslet's mom in Titanic this past weekend, Frances Fisher.
Oh,
Yeah,
her mom.
big name drop.
Oh, not the old chick.
No, not
old-
like
When
Kate
you
Not
say
old
met,
Rose.
that's like somebody you're in line behind at Radio Shack, and you're like, "Hey, are you the bitch from Titanic?"
yeah, it was basically like that.
Yeah. And then you get, you have a headshot there with
Yeah.
you for whatever reason. It'd be nice to have like a cachet of weird character actors in a backpack, and then just go around in the city until you run into one. You'd make their life.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I'm
I'd
trying to
be like, "Excuse me, are you Bob Balaban? Can you sign this?" And you just have his 8x10 headshot.
I've always when I was a kid, I always wondered when you go to like a pizza restaurant, they have Danny
Just
Aiello
every
sign, like
Italian actor.
every
Yeah.
exactly signed. I'm just like, does Danny Aiello go around with glossy 8x10s of him, or do they ask his manager or agent for one after he goes in there? Does he give him a card? How does that work?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But they always do that. They always have walls of celebrities. But it's always race-dependent restaurants. Like black restaurants will be fucking Curtis Mayfield on the wall, or Judge Mathis, or Howard G.
That place, Florida Avenue Grill in D.C. I used to sit at the table with Judge Mathis. Made me feel safe.
That was your favorite table?
That was my table.
You asked for the judge's table?
Yeah. And I would go and eat whatever crap they had there. It was a crap restaurant.
Judge Mathis was the best TV show. I was always a big fan of Judge
that was your
Mathis.
favorite TV judge?
Yeah, for sure.
What was his deal again?
He was in prison and then he became a
Oh,
judge.
okay. Wait, you can become a.
Can you do that?
You can pass the bar after being convicted of a felony, I suppose. So.
Maybe he was just in jail.
Oh, okay.
I don't
For
know.
a
He
weekend
was
in the
certainly a
drunk
black
tank.
fellow.
Okay.
I know that for sure. So I don't believe whatever the charges were.
Okay.
Yeah. They never tell you what he was in jail for.
Well, they said that he was on a
Impersonating a
bad
judge.
path.
Yeah, right.
As a youth, they said he was on a bad path.
Yeah.
And then they were like, and now he's a judge. But they didn't say,
It's kind of like your story.
kind of, yeah.
Why don't you tell us your story?
Were you on a bad path, Adam?
Yeah, kind of.
Was this just recently or just as a kid?
No, throughout my entire life until we started Come Town podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
What is ICE again?
it's what Dog the Bounty Hunter asked the perps. He's always
It's
he's
meth,
always
right?
like, are you on ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I won't do the Hawaiian. He does a whole. We won't go there, right?
We'll go where?
Well, Dog Bounty Hunter does a colloquial Hawaiian thing when he gets the perp because he's on the big island.
What's a colloquial
Speaking
Hawaiian
of, you know
thing?
who I said I wanted for the show more than anybody?
Who?
Branscombe Richmond.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Bobby Six Killer from Renegade.
Oh, from Renegade, the Lorenzo Lamas show?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it's a sidekick. It was
Okay, yeah.
a big Hawaiian guy. That,
Oh, okay.
But he plays a casino. I mean, I don't know. He looks like he owns a casino.
Okay.
But yeah, bolo tie, leisure suits with bolo ties, and then just a very sick mullet. Just the mullet that everyone else was. You know, it was funny about the hairstyles in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Is the men were all trying to grow a mullet, and no one ever really got there all the way.
Yeah.
They abandoned it. So it was this period where everyone was trying to catch up to something, and the moment passed before they ever reached
fucking
it.
Van Damme and Hard Target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
He had more of a full
the
mullet in that.
NHL
even better than that is Timecop.
Yes.
Because Timecop it's supposed to be 2004, and the movie's from 1994. And I might be fucking this up. Don't fact check me. Don't look into this. Where are we? Wide.
Wide.
Catherine, can you ask Dave if we're on the wide right now?
I can't hear him on the headset.
Oh, you can't hear him?
No.
Dave, can you communicate with Will's partner?
We're on the wide.
We're on the wide.
Don't fact check me on this, but
I can't hear him. Dave?
Dave, can you get beer for me and Will also?
don't fact check me on
Catherine, actually, could you?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, love.
this. Okay. and
Sorry,
we're
I
back
did
in
love
take 3.
like British vibes.
That's okay.
Don't fact check me on this,
Let's go.
but I'm pretty sure
Here now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
You
Yeah,
look
that'd be
great
good.
with the headset.
it's cool.
Walk through the shot.
Yeah.
Oh my
All right,
god.
okay.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. Take
Don't
4.
fact check.
Yeah.
Don't fact check me on this.
Take 4.
But okay. Don't fact check me on this. But in 2004 is when the jump forward occurs, and the movie is set in 1990. It starts in 1994, and in 1994, no mullet. 2004, he has the mullet. So he thought they're like, oh, it's going to come back.
It's the Dippin' Dots.
Yeah,
of
I didn't
haircuts.
get the chance to have the
Yeah.
cool mullet.
I remember even when I first saw Timecop when I was a kid. Obviously, I liked it for the very lengthy sex scene where there's quite a bit of nudity in that. Jean-Claude Van Damme's
My
wife.
favorite part was that they would just leave the blood on the wall from the other failed time
yeah,
machine
like this
experiments.
black. Yeah.
It's like you have $18 billion worth
have
of
a
scientific equipment, but you don't have a fucking mop. You can't get any like
Well, you know,
you can't get any
It's it's like it's
Fabuloso in here.
it's
and
part of the-
some latex gloves.
it's part of the office culture. You
Yeah,
know? It's sort
right.
of like a little joke that they
Yeah,
have.
reminder: Joey's birthday is on Wednesday, next to like just brain chunks and fucking a piece of skull. With
Yeah, it's like, is this my lunch? No, it's the last guy who tried to time travel.
yeah.
But no, I remember being sort of disappointed with it because it has that very cool scene where like dudes with like
Oh,
MP5s rob a Confederate gold, horse-drawn carriage, and I was like,
Do you need one?
I'd love one, thank you.
You good?
I'm good, thanks.
This is a after dark episode.
And but like there's really not a lot of time copping in that movie. It takes place in '94 when the movie came out, and a version of 2004 that looks almost identical to 1994.
Yeah, it's just got stupid looking cars.
It's just got dumber looking
It's
cars.
got the Homer
yeah.
Simpson
I
car
like
from.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like he goes back to like stop some guy who's like trading on stocks during the Great Depression or something, but that's it. Like there's no like like a Wild West or medieval times.
Yeah.
Like
There is that
they
one
squandered
scene
the time cop.
where he
you know?
goes
You
forward in time to kill George Floyd. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. It's messed up.
Thank you.
If you could go use a time machine and arrest anyone,
Ooh.
who would you arrest?
Paul Pelosi.
Yeah.
For what?
Drunk driving.
Yeah. Drunk driving. Deleting the part of the body cam footage where he was having gay sex for money with it. For fabricating.
I know you like that body cam video, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
it was like
hilarious.
Reno 911.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
It was
like I don't.
crazy.
It was like
No.
what is this dude?
Well, it's also too if they just release that
Seeing the
immediately, none
hammer.
of this like because that's like the problem with social media. They're like, okay, they show up at the house, like anybody reads it, they show up at the house and they're both holding a hammer and they're in their underwear, and it's like, even if you're not like a I hate Paul Pelosi guy, you're like, all right, unless you're like one of these like the people I don't even think are real, like Brooklyn Dad Defiant,
Yeah.
or who's that Chinese doctor lady in
Oh,
pictures on the
who?
beach.
Eugene?
No,
Oh, no,
like
lady.
Linda Yee or
I don't think I know that person.
Leanda. I have no idea, but there's like the handful of these like DNC surrogates that are just like middle-aged Twitter people. That no matter what happens, like Biden could fuck a child on the National Mall, and they would be like, what about the time Trump fucking walked out of Dippin' Dots without paying? Hello, folks.
Yeah.
But like, the fucking initial police report, it's like, all right, what happened?
Wait, was Paul Pelosi also holding a hammer?
No, I mean it's clear.
No,
you
the
watch the video. The guy broke into his house. He's like deranged, and Paul Pelosi was probably drunk, but he's like not super drunk, like sober enough to like try to calm the guy down and be like, it's it's okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're just gonna like call the police. And then when they open the door, he's like, at least like has his hand on the hammer and is trying to like talk the guy down. And then he goes towards the cops, and then the guy fucking whacks him.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, and the other guy isn't in his underwear at all. He's like fully clothed. He clearly broke in to attack
Yeah.
Paul Pelosi.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that Paul
But
Pelosi
he should
isn't gay.
it shouldn't
Yeah.
doesn't drink and drive.
Yeah, doesn't
well, we know
drink.
that, but like
He's
he shouldn't
inside trades with his wife.
Yeah.
No, that guy Prince. He does good.
And he sleeps in a dress shirt too. That's weird to me.
That was what made me think maybe some wicked games, not because like the boxers and a t-shirt, that's pajamas, but like the dress
dress shirt and underwear
And
is
underwear is
sort of a
like-
little bit like because you don't if you were just lounging around the house, you take the collar, you take the dress shirt off. But I don't know, some old guys are weird.
Yeah.
You know, my dad slept in a t-shirt and no underwear. You know, think how traumatizing that is to wake your, be like, I can't sleep
Christmas
tonight.
morning, he's coming down the stairs.
No, but Adam, back to
He's
your
got a coffee cup and his cock's just in the coffee cup. Hey, Merry Christmas. just the tip dipping into the coffee. Hey, how'd you sleep?
Hardly at all. It's Christmas.
Yeah, another Christmas in the Pelosi household.
But there's your question: who would I, if I had a time machine, who would I arrest? Probably Osama bin Laden. Yeah, he's
Not
taking off Hitler.
I would have.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't arrest him. I mean, like that's too good for the.
No, I don't understand the hypothetical or the premise of the question here. Are you trying to just enact justice, or are you trying to get the personal glory of being the person that arrested, whoever?
Oh, that's a good point. Like I could go and just arrest like Ted Bundy or the guy who shot Reagan.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I think I'd arrest. I don't know the damn bankers who caused the economic crash. I would arrest the.
Oh my God!
I would go back and arrest that. Remember that story about the football team giving the ball to the Down syndrome boy? I'd arrest the Down syndrome boy.
Why?
Right at the 1 yard line, right? Just send him to jail, and then I just go back to the future.
Okay, I'd arrest that kid that they let be Batman in San Francisco.
Yeah, right.
He lived, right?
And then people would be like, "How could you arrest that guy?" And I'd be like, "So long, folks."
And I'd be like, the man you thought was a time cop is actually the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck
Time
Batman. Yeah.
Time Joker. That would be a great movie. We should write Time Joker. No, Adam?
No?
Adam said no immediately.
No, we should. I'm embarrassed I did vaping on the thing. I promised my father I wouldn't vape on the show. Yeah?
I would arrest his dad.
Why? For what?
His anti-vaping policies.
No, it's right.
I would arrest.
No,
Here's this. I would arrest Adam when he was like a teen to stop him from going down a bad path.
Yeah.
You know, I'd
No,
scare you
but-
straight.
No, but then I met Nick and he changed my life.
All right, so like I wouldn't want to flap that butterfly wing and.
No, you have to.
Because without you guys, my life would be significantly impoverished as well. So
You have to go through hell.
Yeah,
You know.
to get to the Adam Friedland show.
I've been through hell,
Yeah.
especially this last week.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
I disappointed the daughter of Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Oh right, yeah,
I really looked up to her.
yeah.
The worst thing that's ever happened to me, I didn't get pussy when I was like 17. I had to wait till I was 18.
Oh man, I wish I could relate to that, but cheers, buddy.
Wait, you were getting it in early?
No, definitely not.
Just drink the entire beer at once. No way, pal. You ever see that movie Jefftown?
Jefftown? No, I don't think so.
It's a documentary about a guy with Down syndrome.
But he's evil.
All right.
He's not evil. He's a drunk. And
He's a
he
bad guy.
prostitutes and does heroin.
So it's sort of an uplifting film, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's an. I
Was
mean,
that an HBO
it's honestly,
Undercover?
to be honest with you, the premise is better than the movie itself. Because I just told you about it.
Yeah.
And that's just that.
So it's a documentary about a mentally challenged man who does
Yeah.
heroin and fucks prostitutes.
Yeah, does
Okay.
Fox prostitutes.
Well, yeah, it's a strong setup, but I'd like to see the payoff. you
Yeah,
know?
right. Yeah. No, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just documenting this guy.
Well, so like a lot of movies don't have to be about plot. It can be
Yeah.
about a vibe, as they say now.
Yeah.
They don't get him help or anything?
What do you mean, like medicine?
Yeah, for him to be smarter.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Flowers
like
for
for
Algernon?
him to not be like.
That'd be a better jumping off point for Flowers for Algernon. He's Jefftown.
Oh man.
I was thinking about rereading that book as an adult because it was hilarious to me when I was a kid. But I think I have, with the razor
Flowers
sharp.
for Algernon.
Yeah.
I never read it.
I mean, it's such a funny idea for a book. Did they make you read it in school
No,
too?
yeah.
Especially too, because it's like there's like mentally disabled kids in the school, and then if you're just a dumb kid and you read that book, it's like, well, why don't we give to him the pill? You know what I mean?
Do you remember any other books you read, like in like grade school, like
Yeah,
English class? I remember reading The Giver.
The Giver.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Giver was big. Flowers for Algernon. There was one.
Isn't it like Island of the Blue Dolphins or something like that?
Hatchet was big.
Hatchet. Well, I
Yeah.
think Hatchet's a very good book.
Bridge.
I remember that.
Where the red fern grows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bridge to Terabithia.
I never read that one. Yeah.
It's sad. The girl dies.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
There was one I remember reading. I don't remember the title of, but it's about some guy whose like car breaks down in the desert, and then he goes like looking for like water, and then some
So
guy's hunting him.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, but there's like a parallel story about a Native American boy that's also being hunted by like
The Predator.
That's a book?
colonists or something. Yeah.
That just sounds like a dream or something.
Well, it's a book.
What's it? Wait, there's a parallel story about a Native American boy,
Yeah.
and then there's the most dangerous game element.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't remember the title of the book.
No, I read like I started cheating like in 7th grade.
Have you ever actually read a book?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I had a teacher that was so nice, an English teacher in like 11th grade, that I felt bad about cheating.
Yeah.
So I
So
read
what book did you actually read?
I read Crime and Punishment that
Ooh,
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read. I don't know, other like that level, like
Yeah.
11th grade level, like books. I read The Stranger because that was the shortest one on the.
It was about how to jack off and, when it feels like someone else's hand.
Yeah. It was pretty sick.
Has anyone ever actually done that?
I don't
ever?
know. I think it's just one of those things that adolescent boys.
Because it's a fake
like
thing.
like Donkey Punch.
Because then you're
No,
just
guys-
jacking off to the sensation of your hand missing.
Right.
No, it feels like you're getting a handy. It feels like you're getting a hand job, or so I'm told.
Yeah.
No, it's better to do that and then jack someone else off so you don't feel like that you're being gay.
What I like to
So
do-
you're like you sort of like.
So you're like,
it just feels like you're rummaging in a bag for your
Yeah.
keys or something.
yeah, like the box from Dune.
this is
Yeah, it's just fucking your greatest fears.
Many have tried.
Yeah,
They tried and died.
I like the David Lynch Dune. We talked about it, I think.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've never gotten through it.
Yeah, like many books.
I mean, it is, if you put on the subtitles, it's a book, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah. A foreign language film, that's a book.
sure. Yeah. Next top story this week.
What do you mean?
Arriving in Minneapolis for sentencing, the former nuclear waste assistant deputy, the bald they them that stole luggage,
Oh, yeah.
the guess
yeah.
who, the unfinished Guess
yeah.
Who character that got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mrs. Potato Head that got arrested for stealing luggage. They had to show up in court in Minneapolis. What a funny crime, stealing people's luggage.
I don't know about
Was it-
this
was it
story
like-
at
was
all.
it-
That seems
It's
like a
sort of
bigger
like-
part of your identity than gender. Luggage stealer?
It's sort of like those.
That's got to be that's a community that's more like just sort of like that. That would be my entire
But
identity. I
what-
wouldn't have any time to think about gender if I was like, I'm an airport luggage stealer.
What I like about that crime, though, is that it's like a slightly more. I mean, you have more information to go off of, but it's like those like storage locker war shows where people bid on like cracking
Yeah.
some like abandoned storage locker.
Yeah.
Because like there could be like a Stradivarius violin in there, or it could just be like a bunch of like old diapers.
Yeah,
or
it's like
fucking,
playing scratch
old
off where
newspapers,
the
yeah.
tickets are free, but one of the
Yeah.
prizes is jail.
And I suppose, but like. You have more information to go on because if you like see that someone has really nice luggage, you could be like, aha,
Yes.
placing a bet that like there's gonna have some pretty nice shit in that.
It'd be great if somebody's really bad at that and they just get their own luggage every time.
That's got to be like if you have like a security clearance to be doing stuff with like nuclear energy in the U.S. government.
And that's the thing too. Is like you wonder with this because I thought it was a lady. It's not. They're gender fluid. They're actually the first and I think only ever gender fluid, like
Criminal?
federal, like a person in a federal administrative.
Yeah.
But then it begs the question. It's like, is this person even gender fluid, or that's just with the luggage they got that day? Do they even, like I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't heard them speak.
Maybe being a luggage thief informs that because then they don't know which kind of clothes they're gonna get that day.
That's the exact joke I just made. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the exact point I was making.
Dave, can you edit that? Dave, Nick, can I get that pen? The
Yeah.
click thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nick, what do you make of all these fucking these weather balloons and shapes they keep shooting down? Because
The UFO thing?
the phony UFO.
It's a distraction.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, what else could it be?
Yeah.
It's not actually aliens. You know? So
right.
I know that, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like I didn't have the bandwidth to think about it. Normally, I mean, I couldn't help myself.
yeah.
But I don't. First of all, I don't understand what a spy balloon is.
They have satellites. Like,
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they were like they're saying like the Chinese could be like seeing where our like the missile silos in like North Dakota or Montana that we would.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I mean,
Is there
Yeah,
like a
but
little?
that's all on Google
Yeah, but, like,
Maps.
yeah.
All of that shit is just on Google.
Yeah,
I remember
it
when
doesn't
like
seem
Google Google Maps.
It seems like they're pretty sure they know where those are.
I can't remember the name of the company that Google Maps acquired, but it was something like 3D Earth or something. There's like all of that. It was all like all of that information just became like publicly available in like the early 2000s, and it was like, can we do this? Is this allowed? I think it was the American History Museum. They had like an installation where you could just type in any coordinate and you could see it. Like they had just had a satellite that had mapped everything, and it's like that to me. I guess that invalidates. Like maybe spy planes can get higher resolution photos, but I don't know what more information that gives.
Was there like a little fan on the like side of the balloon to like direct it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It
Like,
doesn't
well, I
seem
mean,
like a very efficient like means of like.
I just hope that
you know,
like
they have stealth like surveillance drones.
yeah, but like I'm hoping that this augurs for like a sort of Blade Runner style future where like dirigibles and like blimps of stuff with like big like TV messages on it, like things like that.
Well, that's big for Nick.
Yeah.
Nick wants blimp technology back.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's coming back
I mean, like,
actually.
you can like book. You can take a ride in a blimp. Would you want to do that?
Yeah, but they're not. They're not. They're not like the big rigid airships.
Oh, they're not like the
of
Hindenburg,
yesteryear.
right?
Yeah.
They're like it's like a big balloon with just like some fans on, like that. Like there's a little gondola.
Yeah, the Goodyear blimp.
The Goodyear blimp. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll never return to the glory days of the
dirigible travel.
Yeah, the Hindenburg, which is foolish because it's like it could certainly be done safe.
Yeah,
now.
sure. Like, I mean, just don't paint it with gasoline and fill it with hydrogen gas.
Yeah, well, I mean, you still have to use hydrogen because helium's in limited supply.
Oh, right.
And that's still a problem. In those days, it was an issue because the United States had most of the helium and we wouldn't export it.
Where do they get helium from? I keep hearing like helium's running out, but like, how do they farm helium?
I'm pretty sure it's like a byproduct of natural gas, like, when you go get like methane or whatever, like or, fracking or something. I don't know.
I would love to take
something like that.
But I mean, like, wouldn't you love to take a cross-country trip
But you can-
on like a Hindenburg style like aircraft?
You can make hydrogen from water, so hydrogen's like a basically limitless resource.
Yeah.
But the problem is with the Hindenburg, it's like the gas
The
bags.
Nazis.
Well, the gas. No, that was fine. The
What
gas
do you mean
bags
that-
at
What
the.
do you mean that's fine?
It was before the Holocaust. Up until
wait, but-
1942, there's nothing
No,
really
you knew-
negative you can say about
Not
the
what,
Nazis.
42. What do you mean? They were doing the fucking
The
Kristallnacht.
the final solution didn't start until 1942.
Oh my god, bro.
Prior to that, it was just run-of-the-mill anti-Semitism.
No, it wasn't.
It was
at
the
all.
kind of garden variety anti-Semitism. We can go down to old New Orleans right now, and I can find you a handful of anti-Semites exactly in line with Germany, Berlin, 1938.
He's kidding. He's kidding. All right, back.
Anyways, yeah, the problem is the gas bags were made out of they were still made out of like pig intestines back then. They didn't have like the synthetic materials we have now. So I'm sure there's a safer way to make a.
I mean, even if it wasn't safe, I would gladly pay for.
Oh, of course.
Just where you have like a sleeper cabin.
Yeah,
you're
what
just
are my
floating
options?
across the country? Like,
Die in my apartment from like vape byproducts. Like I just have my
Yeah.
heart stop, fucking like with the PlayStation. Are you still streaming fucking BioShock? And then somebody just finds me. Are you still there? Just a Netflix auto playing. Well, I'm just covered in my own feces. That or burning
One
to death.
glorious immolation of
Under the
hydrogen gas.
a giant flaming swastika. I couldn't imagine a more beautiful death.
What do you mean?
In terms of comparing the two, you would make the same choice.
Why do the KKK burn a cross? That's kind of mean to Jesus too, not only to minorities.
I have no idea. I don't think they really put much thought into the KKK.
You think it was
The
kind of
KKK
just
almost
like
seems
they're
Japanese to me.
How
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
How so?
you consume Japanese culture, and it's like, you know, it's like it'd be like it's a cat that like lives in a magical toilet kingdom, and he like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like I mean, like look at Super Mario Brothers. He's an Italian plumber that eats mushrooms but also fights them, and there's a princess, and his biggest enemy is a turtle covered in spikes. It's like this is just schizophrenic.
Yeah.
You know,
Their
like
main
the
guy
KKK
is
seems so far culturally removed. From like, is that what white culture is? Is
Yeah,
guys dressing up
Merlin.
like
Well,
ghosts?
I mean, like most of
Yeah.
what we think about, we like of like the look of like the hooded Klansman. That was like invented in the 20th century by people who saw the movie Birth of a Nation, and that was like D.W. Griffith's like idealized costume. But like, there's I think like all of that is based on like a fictional account of like a mythic depiction that was created in the 20th century. So once
Yeah.
again, like movies have already created all the reality that's going to exist. But the problem is now we're running out of movies, and you know, we've already run out of reality, but like now we're running out of movies. So like we won't. Events will happen, and they won't have. Hopefully, at some point, events will happen, and they won't have a movie analog like Unstoppable, or Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, somebody needs to invent a new genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blimp.
like what?
Like a story about
obviously,
a
Black
blimp.
Sunday.
Well, honestly, you
That's
need more Japanese sort of thought. It's just something crazy. Yeah, it could be a cat that lives in a toilet kingdom, and he lives off mushrooms, and he's racist. And him and his friends get together to get all the black people out of Mississippi.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? That's
That
a new
sounds
genre.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like sort of a Miyazaki kind of
Yeah,
thing. you know?
racist anime cat movie. Boom, done. Give me the $10
The
million.
cat eats a ton.
Give me the Millennium Prize. I figured it out.
I don't want to.
What is the Millennium Prize? It's math stuff?
I don't know.
What's that P equals NP thing? Is that about whether or not squirt is urine or some type of other juice?
It's not urine, but
What is it, Catherine?
It's a secret third thing.
No, it's not.
A number
It is.
4.
No, it doesn't come out of your body. Don't talk about it.
What?
Well, it's not pee.
No, we
it's not pee.
we talk
It's,
about
it's not purely pee, but like it's
not
there.
pee.
Yeah.
was half pee.
Yeah, it's like diluted pee. I think is what squirt is. Okay.
Running my mouth about what?
I'm talking to Will.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Will, you
What?
gotta be careful. She's mad at you.
It's all good. It's all good. Love you, baby.
So what is squirt?
I said it's a secret.
I was thinking about it the other day. It was weird that squirt used to be like just like
A
a
drink.
nickname for children until
Hey, squirt.
until we found out that comes out of a woman's pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, squirt?
Hey, squirt.
You're just calling a kid pee to his face,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even know.
Yeah, and it was a soda, lemon.
It was
lime
it was a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, mellow yellow. You remember that?
Yeah, mellow yellow.
That was a big one.
Yeah, until they found out that was pee.
Yeah.
Yes, mellow yellow
Yeah.
was
Chill
conclusively
yellow.
proved. to
Yeah,
be
they had
piss.
it was done.
Yeah.
It was
What are the
over.
movies you've seen lately, Will?
I told you I saw Knock at the Cabin last week, which I thought sucked.
Knock at the Cabin?
Knock at the Cabin, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, he's got another one already.
Yeah, because I remember I saw Old with you.
That was when I
yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
The pandemic
Yeah.
ended. I was going to see a movie every single day.
And then
I was
Old
like,
killed it for you?
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck movies. I'm done with them.
No,
Movie
yeah,
Pass is back.
was that?
Movie Pass
It
is
is?
back. Yeah, I just got the email today.
You signing up again? I mean, it's not going to be like
think so.
the glory days.
Apparently, someone told me that in Boston, Caleb was telling me
Yeah.
that the homeless all got Movie Pass, And
Oh,
they
that
were
makes
just
sense.
like,
Yeah, they
it
just
was
like just see movies all day.
yeah, they were just in movies all day. They were watching I, Tonya and stuff.
I mean, that's a great idea.
They had to like, yeah, the movie theaters were like, we got to get rid of these homeless.
Well, I mean, like that's probably why they're doing the thing now with like, okay, you have to reserve seats, but now like there's like a sort of tiered prices for like how good a seat you get is at AMC. But yeah, I thought Knock at the Cabin was not very good.
So what's
All right, so the premise is it's like it's like
we'll guess. I'll
Okay.
guess because
All
I
right.
don't know
Okay.
yet the movie, so I'll guess.
all right. So the movie begins. It's a married gay couple who has taken their adopted daughter to like a cabin, the titular cabin in the woods.
We find out it's Paul Pelosi or his boyfriend, and
Yeah,
the
he's
daughter's
having a-
Nancy Pelosi.
Yes, exactly.
They
having
adopted an 8-year-old with progeria that they've convinced everyone is an 85-year-old woman. That's
the twist at the end. Yeah. All right. So like, but then like, so like they're having a nice family weekend. But then like Dave Bautista comes out of the woods along with 3 other people, and they have like
Down syndrome.
weapons of some
He's
kind.
like, these are my pets.
And like they do like a sort of home invasion on this family who's having like a nice vacation, and they like detain them and tell them that one of them like among themselves they have to decide that like one of them has to die and like the other 2 have to kill the other one to prevent the end of the world from happening.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's it. And you know, spoiler alert, like I didn't like the movie because there is no twist. Like that's exactly everything is exactly.
I was
as
gonna
it
say.
appears.
My guess was gonna be there is no twist.
Yeah.
that
You're
is
right.
my-
You're right.
my-
Yeah,
epic
yeah.
Shyamalan.
You're exactly
my
right.
final trick
Yeah.
is that the twist is that there is no twist, and I have been white the entire time. And my name is Subway Jared. I'm not even M. Night Shyamalan.
Wow.
I've been directing from prison. I've been pretending to be an Indian man, and I'm married to Nancy Pelosi. Dude, Subway Jared really missed he had the one guy, you know, he's in jail reading the fucking Epstein stuff, being like, like what more do I need to do?
Well, do you think he's
I
reading
lost
it-
the weight.
I think he's reading it and just thinking like, why wasn't I invited to the island?
Yes, yeah, of
like,
course. Right.
I mean, he was like one of the biggest pitchmen in American history. You know,
Yeah.
I think if everyone else was fucking.
I mean, if you look at some of the dorks that fucking Epstein brought to that
Stephen
island.
Hawking was getting down there,
Yeah, right.
topped off, right? So,
He was?
well, he was there. I don't know if he got top or not. You know, allegedly. Let's be careful here.
Yeah,
but-
well, that's what that weird temple was. That was to put Stephen Hawking in room while we have sex with children. Somebody, please plug me in after dinner. We need to make sure I'm plugged in after dinner or I'll die. Oh, we got a place just perfect for you, Stephen.
It's like a Tesla.
You'll be,
charging
yeah.
station.
You'll be staying. You'll be staying in the Tesla charging station at the far end of the island, in the mysterious temple with painted on doors. That sounds perfect to me.
So I saw it. Knock on the Island was not very good, but the movie that I absolutely hated was Infinity Pool.
No, I
What's
didn't see it.
that?
It's Brandon Cronenberg's Let's Go Brandon. It's David Cronenberg's son, and it's this movie with like Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth, and it's just like it's supposed to be very like extreme and like gross and nihilistic, but it's just I found it to be like excruciatingly boring for the most part. So I really did not like that movie. But for the most part, like Nick, you know, being like, I've just been watching Star Trek. Like that's how I spend my time these
Okay.
days.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
I just watch Star Trek. Like that's the
Is
only
there a
thing
new
that, like,
Star Trek on right now?
yeah, like the new season of Picard,
Picard.
just started.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know there was a Picard. show.
Yeah, there's a
my
Picard-
dad watches
Yeah,
Does he
does
have
he like
hair?
it?
I think
No,
he
he's
likes
bald
it.
as fuck.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
No, it sucks. But
bad.
but it's like
early Tom Hardy role playing the Picard.
yeah, the
clone.
clone in Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah. And apparently, like they filmed a version of that movie where he was doing a Tom Hardy voice, and then they were like, "Could you not do this?"
What,
it-
like Bane?
well, yeah, like you know, like not like a Bane voice, but like he likes doing voices. You know, like and he was doing a much more exaggerated voice to do that character, and then the damn execs made him tone it down.
Yeah.
Really.
But, yeah.
God.
He was doing like an emo Phillips kind of Picard.
Picard.
To infinity and beyond. Tom, stop. Just read the script. Just say it normal and read the fucking script, please. No more Toy Story. We're due for another Toy Story, huh?
What was the last one?
4?
I was talking to Catherine and I were talking about this the other night. Like when Toy Story 3 came out, like the number of articles from like adult men who were talking about how much that movie made them cry was a little bit depressing.
Yeah, we had. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
But no. Well, it's just because that one scene where they go into the incinerator.
Yeah.
Right? Is that 4 or 3?
Was it Toy Story 3 or 4? I don't know. I lost track of them.
I don't know. I remember watching 3, but it was like a Russian. I torrented it. This is because Toy Story 3 came out like 10 years ago now, or something like that. So I torrented it, and it was not only Russian, but it was mirrored for whatever reason. Like the whole image was swapped.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like
it's like a Russian.
it was in the Russian language with U.S. subtitles, but backwards.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen you in a while, Nick, but recently I watched a great movie on an airplane because, like, you gave me a great movie recommendation. That was a great movie to watch on an airplane, which was a Dream Horse, the Tony Collette movie with Damian Lewis and Tony Collette about these nice Welsh people.
Dream Horse
is like
Dream Horse is a perfect.
It's a narcotic movie, especially if we're watching it on an airplane. It's just like. I remember we were talking about it's a true story about these like nice Welsh people who she breeds a racehorse and gets her friends to invest in it, and then it runs in the King's Cup Derby or whatever, and it pays out, and then they show the real people at the end of the movie, and they're like the richest people in Wales who have $5,000.
Yeah, right. No, they talk about how they split up the money, and each one of them, you do the math on it, they got like $250 for this this 10-year-long saga to breed a racehorse.
But another movie I watched on an airplane, very in similar.
Toni Collette, though, probably the greatest actress of all time.
Yeah, she's pretty goated.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Well, this was like a very similar movie to Dream Horse in that it's about sports and British oddballs with Mark Rylance, Phantom of the Open. It's another true story about this charming British eccentric who cons his way. He doesn't know how to play golf at all, and cons his way into the British Open. So.
That's good.
Yeah, to watch on an airplane, it's great.
I watched this movie Beast with Idris
Elba.
Oh,
the lion movie? How was that?
Punches a lion.
How was that?
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. I was flying back from South Africa, and it was taking place in South Africa. That guy Charlton Copley.
He's always good. South Africa's finest. Yeah.
Our finest.
Yeah.
Our finest. Our finest. Yeah. Yeah, no. I watched are we talking about movies?
Yeah, sure.
I watched that movie that was like it was John Ford. It was like everyone says it's like the biggest upset in Oscar history. I
Which
think
one
it
of his
beat like Citizen Kane or something. How Green Was My
Oh
Valley.
yeah, with John Wayne.
No, it's about this Welsh family.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of The Informant. Yeah.
It made me fucking weep. It's so fucking beautiful and sad.
I love John. Have you seen My Darling Clementine?
Yeah,
That's my favorite John Ford movie.
he's the goat. You haven't seen what do you call it, Fablemans yet?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't even know what it's about.
It's about
Steven Spielberg.
I know you probably got plenty of thoughts about a movie about Steven Spielberg's childhood.
No, I like Steven Spielberg, but I do think he's it's definitely.
You think he's top of the pyramid?
Well, no, not really. I think he plays ball. Yeah, I don't think he's top of the pyramid at all. I think he's a guy that had talent to make movies, and in the fucking late 1960s, the State Department went to him and said, "You're going to be our guy," and he's like, "Okay, yes, I will. Yes, I will."
And what
a guy! What a great director!
Yeah.
I'll make movies about how all aliens are pedophiles, how the biggest threat facing us is giant sharks, how World War II was cool. World War II was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna see the new Indiana Jones movie? Fuck with that?
No, I didn't even know there was an Indiana Jones
I got a new one
movie.
coming out.
I'm so checked out, dude. I got no idea what's going on.
Well, you're building this amazing studio here.
Yeah, the only thing I really
I
paid attention to is this Ohio thing.
Yeah?
And it's really fucking bad, dude.
I know. I just did an interview with Dave Sirota about it.
About the Ohio
About the
thing.
Ohio disaster.
Yeah. No, it's shocking. I mean, I thought a train derailed.
Right.
You know, and it's like, oh, the
And like
train's on
it's
fire.
doubly bad because the Ohio River Valley has a watershed that like covers.
Oh,
like,
yeah, so the
like,
whole middle
like
of
a
the
huge
country.
swath of the country.
Right.
Like
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're fine here, luckily.
Yeah.
Hopefully the cloud goes over Boston.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sad, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah.
I literally don't know anything anymore.
Well, that's the thing, too.
You
is
were talking
wanna,
about
like,
a gender fluid luggage thief. And both of you guys were like laughing about it. I was like, what the hell is?
it was someone in the Biden administration.
Yeah.
It was Sleepy's friend.
Yeah, it was Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. No, you got to see this, them. They look like Krang. It's very funny. The stomach part.
The stomach part, not the large outer body.
Yeah. No, it's a very funny face. Very, very funny face. Very funny person to be. Very funny crime. Everything. I mean, it's such a gimme to like the Tucker Carlson set.
Yeah, I know.
It's like it's just fucking. It's just,
They're stealing our luggage.
Yeah, right.
Who's getting away with this?
no, it's like when you get the free cookie at Hilton. It's like it's that level of like just a nice little gift for them. That a gender fluid fucking just.
Biden administrator is in charge of nuclear energy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I love stories like that. I love it when they get a dub. Because then that fades out of the news cycle, and then they have to just go back. I can't believe they brought the green M&M back in the news. They brought it back.
I was like,
That was
I feel like I missed that story. Was Tucker mad because like the green M&M wasn't sexy enough?
Let me stop
or,
right
like-
there.
Okay.
Tucker's not mad.
Okay, yeah.
There's no one that's actually mad.
No,
about it.
no one. Yeah.
They just don't have anything to do while they're waiting for the FBI to show up and question them about January 6th. So they just have to pick a thing. And the thing just happened to be the fucking green M&M either being too hot or not hot enough.
But like, what was like? Yeah, I was confused about what the entirely kayfabe outrage was supposed to be. It was like they're making the green M&M like not fuckable.
It was like, it was like Chris Chan level, like being mad about Sonic's arms color changing.
Okay, yeah.
They put like sexy boots on the green M&M.
I thought they took them off.
They took them off because it's like, oh, she's got a damn job. She's her own bitch, and she has sex when she wants to, or something. I don't know.
She's outraged over the Dobbs decision.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the green M&M is going to do her own abortion. She's going to have the
take that peanut out of her.
Yeah, have the peanut in her body fucking killed. Just shriveled and killed and have its head cut off with giant scissors. You ever seen what is it called? Dilation?
An abortion? No.
Dilation
No,
and extraction. Well, I mean, I've only seen the illustrations of it.
Yeah.
And it really is, it's like the inventor of the procedure, and it's like the inventor. You're shoving scissors up. What do you mean the inventor? That's not fucking. It's like, wait. It's like, hell, I'm the man that invented wiping your ass. Like, it's like this. It's just you can't. If I had to come up with, if you ask the dumbest person in the world, there's a baby inside of a lady, and we gotta kill it, what would you use? Oh, I don't know. Maybe one of those pair of scissors they open a mall with. And they're like, wow, you're an inventor. You're like Ben Franklin or Nikola Tesla.
The inventor.
Yeah, no, that's funny to me. Oh, but women need their rights. We support that on the Adam Friedland Show.
Yeah, we do.
The Central Left Show.
Yeah. Yeah, coming up on our next episode, we have a politics roundtable.
I've got a preview. I've got a preview of it.
Yeah.
You gotta stop promising stuff to the audience.
What do you mean? That's in the can.
No, it's not. Otherwise, it'd be out already.
It's in the can, though.
Okay.
In Hollywood, they say "in the can" means
It's in the ass.
it's
They
in
would
the
do. They
ass.
used to have a gay
Yeah.
assistant on every film. They would finish a reel,
They would
and they
say-
would be like, "Michael, get over here," and he'd be like, "Yes, sir," and then he would put it in his can, in his ass,
Yeah.
and then he would run it out because the film had to stay
Yeah.
hot.
It was like those pneumatic tubes they used to send letters through, like in the shadow.
Yeah, exactly. and because the film had to say hot back then or it would spoil.
It would blow up.
Yeah, that's why everything is like sepia tone. That's actually just feces. In the old days, that's actually just fecal staining on the silver nitrate.
Dozens of assistants exploded spontaneously with silver nitrate film stock stuck up their ass.
Yeah,
What was the name of that guy? The best boy?
The best boy.
That was best boy.
The key grip referred to how tight your asshole
yeah, it was
They had
the
the
show
best
runner.
boy.
Yeah.
Because he would run the show. He would run the show back to the studio.
Back to David O. Selznick.
Yeah, that's what I'm out of references. I'm out of film. Yeah. Bidets. Those are taken
I just
off.
got as a Valentine's gift
A bidet for your girlfriend?
a bidet for
Oh, yeah?
her ass and vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Catherine installed a
Was it just
bidet
a fucking super soaker?
in her toilet, and I used a bidet for the first time. Semi recently.
Yeah. It is like
It's,
the first.
It's bracing. I like it though.
The first time, it's like this is
Yeah,
maybe a little gay. You're like, how gay is this?
I mean, it doesn't feel good. I mean, it feels good to have shit blasted off your asshole, but I wouldn't say. I don't know. I'm not,
My opposition to it is my
No.
my opposition to
What?
it was never the gay thing. I have no problem with that. It's that I don't want to be informed at 34 years old that I've been cleaning my
cleaning your ass
asshole
wrong.
wrong my entire life. I'm not going to accept that I just wasn't potty trained ever. I have a system that works. I don't care if it's imperfect.
Do you fold or crumple
What?
of toilet paper? Oh, you just like around the hand like
I
that?
do like a
Yeah?
Mussolini.
Yeah.
I spin it up on my hand. Yeah. And then I do like kind of a spaghetti fork move in my ass. I get in there.
Get a spoon in there and sort of twirl it up.
I know how to wipe my ass.
Yeah.
I know how to wipe
So
my
yeah, like
fucking
no,
ass.
it's fine. Like, or when you find out that like, oh, you've been shitting wrong because you've been sitting while you're shitting.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like now they have
You're
these like
supposed
little
to stand.
stools where you're
Chinese-
supposed to like have
Chinese
like in
style.
Asia they
Yeah.
like they squat and it's like your whole thing is like more like straightly aligned.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like 40 years old now. I'm not gonna like shit differently.
And I'm sorry, that's
now, like-
absurd. You're gonna just look at a Japanese person. You're gonna tell me they're better at shitting than the people on my 600-pound life. the most American
Well, it
people
depends
we
on what
have.
you mean by like how good you are at shitting. Like,
You can smell them while watching the show. These people are in a perpetual state of shitting. I don't expect them to explain to Japanese people how to take their shoes off, before going in the house.
Yeah.
But don't tell us how to shit.
yeah.
That's the basis of cultural exchange.
And like I've never had problems shitting. I've never had problems shitting. So I'm like a clock. Like
Right.
get in and out like the Navy SEAL. I was like the Bin
I never
Laden
understood
raid,
that expression, talking about regularity in the bathroom. They go like a clock. It's like, do
Well, it
clocks
means that you
shit?
shit like. Well, it means that like you shit like when the clock strikes. So,
I feel like that would be a pretty disgusting and inconvenient type of
like
clock
a cuckoo
to have.
clock, but
Yeah,
it just
right.
defecates. It just like pushes out a log. Like,
Yeah, a German cuckoo clock. I'm just spraying shit all over your face. Oh, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. And then he like brushes his teeth and we see him get ready. And then he gets to work and then there's just a man shitting in his face at work. And that's his job. And
it was at Bergheim, the club,
post
the
war.
club in Berlin.
The blackout room.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
basement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have a series of poo-poo cuckoo clocks. Poo-poo cuckoos.
Poo poo cuckoo.
Yeah.
Caca clock.
Caca poo-poo.
I'm caca for Cocoa Puffs. Classic Family Guy bit. That one would get me so good as a kid.
Which one?
When Peter's auditioning to be the Cocoa Puff bird, and he keeps saying, "I'm caca for Cocoa Puffs."
It's a great show.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Are we still going to be able to enjoy Rick and Morty now, though?
Now that
Yes.
Justin
Yeah,
Roiland
that's the
is,
question. Yeah. I mean, it seems like
I always found that
it seems
show
like
to be
is
kind of
there any
obnoxious,
going to be? I
honestly.
mean, like honestly, Seth MacFarlane and the South Park guys are coming out of this looking great because like, is there like a big like animation for like
Well,
adult
Seth
comic
MacFarlane's like secretly been in a relationship with Paul Pelosi for the last 35 years.
It's his old lounge singer persona. He comes over there, takes his pants off, does some Sinatra standards, and then they hit each other in the head with hammers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can only imagine Seth MacFarlane only ever exposes himself to his own drawings. You know what I mean? His own characters. He strikes me as like a Walt Disney type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of drawing with one hand.
Sort of a sexless guy that just wants to fuck his own creations.
Yeah, like Lois.
Yeah, right.
She's a real sex pot.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She's a dime though.
No, sorry, it was a Justin Roiland quote. When he was getting canceled, somebody pulled some quote of him being like, on the DVD commentary, where he was like, "Yeah, I really want to fuck Summer's ass here," and they quoted him, and then somebody on Twitter, they're like, "Summer is 17 years old." Drawing that he did. It's not. It's like what? Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really ever. I watched, I think, the first couple of episodes of the first season of Rick and Morty when it first came out. And I was like, yeah, this is all right. But the show I always found to be kind of nauseating.
I wasn't.
No, I think it's a good show.
I'm not intelligent enough for it, so I never really got into it.
No, I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like if you're in comedy or like, like comedy, like if you just have to like think about comedy, it gets broken down into like, like Matrix code or whatever. So I'd watch Rick and Morty and I'd be like, I can appreciate something that's technically good, but I don't enjoy it. Veep was like that too.
Yeah.
Veep
Veep didn't make you laugh.
It doesn't make me laugh. I just watch it. I'm like, that's funny. That's funny. That's
So like you're registering that like that's a good joke, but
Yeah.
you're not like it's not bringing like a response out of you.
yeah, right. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like what do you watch that does?
Something that made me laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be
Jefftown?
It's got to be really stupid.
Yeah.
Jefftown did make me laugh.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why, yeah, I didn't think it was like particularly
Someone
funny.
get hit in the balls.
Yeah. Like do you
Yeah.
find Jackass funny?
Jackass is very funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Pearl. Tom Pearl. The more I got into that,
What is that?
What is Tom Pearl?
Tom Pearl's.
No, don't do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's some guy
What
that eats
is
his
it?
own diarrhea.
Oh, okay.
But that's not funny. That's gross.
Where can I stream this?
Yeah.
Can we watch
in the
this
bath.
You
show?
say
Yeah.
like him having poo poo like on his face is
He doesn't
funny?
get any of it in his mouth or around his mouth. He's very clean.
It's very
No,
tiny.
we already covered
very
this on the
Okay,
show.
all right,
but-
I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I missed it.
Oh, you weren't here for
I wasn't
it.
here,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. We did 2 episodes on
Okay,
Tom Pearl
all right.
while Adam was. Where were you? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious. The most shocking thing to me is that his house and bathroom is nicer than mine. It's like
It's cleaner?
Yeah. His bathroom looks way better than mine. and
Well, it's a
he's-
kitchen.
yeah. yeah. Yeah, it's his Food Network show. He's there with Mario Lopez, and he's like, "What are we doing today, Tom?" "Well, we're eating my own shit there, Mario. Mario, we're eating shit, and I'm so happy to eat my diarrhea for you, Mario."
What's his job?
Huh?
What's his life?
I think
outside
he's just a
of eating
convicted
poo-poo?
pedophile. I don't think he. Yeah, that's the other
That's
thing.
his job.
Yeah. Well, in the future Marxist utopia, we're gonna need some guy to eat this shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking be a pedophile.
In what is it? Gay poo poo eating
Luxury,
space,
gay, German
Yeah.
cuckoo clock communism.
cuckoo clock.
Luxury,
communism.
gay, space. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think ideally, like in the horizons of like a communist utopian future, is that like the shit-eating pedophile jobs would have to be shared equally among burdens like that. Someone
Does anyone think that that's ever going to happen? We're never going to have anything. Like, why even like put that idea forward?
Yeah.
Why even bother?
Well, Star Trek.
Yeah, I guess, but we're not like the Star Trek wasn't like this cast of Star Trek. These are all like people in the military.
It's true. The Starfleet are cops.
Yeah, they're not like
Yeah.
they're not fucking.
Wait, are there people that are like that's communist?
Star Trek is like, well, it portrays a post-capitalist society. I don't know if it's communist.
But they're
like,
they're
certainly-
doing settler colonialism.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They go to the different
They're not
planets.
really though. They don't like establish colonies.
Oh, they're like
They just
It's
simply
exploration.
well, they explore, but then they like they get people to join the Federation. So like, I guess that's a form of soft imperialism. I
Do
don't
people
know.
join the Federation on the show?
Yeah, like if like
In
they.
Deep Space Nine, I guess it starts off.
Well, it's
with,
like the Bajorans
Yeah.
they're after they've been liberated, they can
They're like
apply.
Puerto
They can
Ricans,
apply.
right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
it's exactly. They're a protectorate. and they're newly liberated. So like, but they're not quite at the like. You have to apply to join the federation. It's like a New York City private school or something.
And the bad guys are the Dominion.
The Dominion,
The Cardassians.
The Cardassians
the
are like
shapeshifters.
Yeah, exactly.
And who's the other? Is there another group?
Well, there's like the Klingons are a big part of DS9.
But are they part of the Dominion or are they part of the Federation?
The Klingons are like they ally with the Federation against the Dominion and Cardassians during the Dominion Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, very political.
it's
Deep Space Nine's a good show.
It's a great. It's like my favorite TV show.
Do you know that? Have you ever seen the full name of the actor that plays the Doctor on Deep Space Nine?
Oh, like Siddig Al-Faisal or Alexander Siddig.
Alexander Siddig, but his full name is like this crazy Muslim name.
He was born in the Sudan.
Yeah,
so
his dad's Sudanese.
His dad's Sudanese, but his mom is British, and they're like,
Yeah, but his full name is hilarious.
I only watched Next Generation.
You don't even watch Next Generation.
I watched it with my dad.
You've seen maybe 2 or 3 episodes of Star Trek.
I watched Measure of a Man this afternoon.
You're trying to be cool right now about this?
You sorry? Go ahead.
No, don't.
No, the Data episode where it's like a trial to determine if he's property
I saw that
or
one.
not. Yeah, you remember that one?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Are you crying?
I don't know. My eyes are
You're
watering.
kind of sweating.
He's
dude.
literally
No,
crying.
my eyes are watering.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had like allergies. Wait, I read that allergies are back
Yeah.
because we didn't get snow.
It's 64 degrees today.
You know, I read
fucked
an
up.
interesting thing.
It's February.
I had my eyes opened by a 12-year-old girl on Twitter who explained that because of capitalism, we don't have any female trees in the cities.
Really?
Because they don't want poor people to be eating fruit for free. So that's why.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. So like if there were male trees, they would fertilize it, like the things lining like sidewalk dividers or whatever, and they would fruit.
Yeah, we would all have access to free food.
Customers,
But
they're not fruiting trees.
Yeah.
It's like we'd be eating acorns essentially.
Yeah, because of what capitalism wants is
it's the
we
people
need,
not having.
Yeah, we don't want the Dole Banana Company to lose
Yeah,
out on
well-
cumulatively $20 worth of sales a year.
Well, that's why Biden is setting all the chicken and egg factories on fire.
Yeah.
'Cause, eggs are.
Yeah.
Eggs
That's
are
what you eat when
I
you're.
don't know. Did you see that tweet? It was like
Yeah, I
a year
remember
ago.
that. I remember
It was
that.
wild. It got
yeah.
like retweeted like 200,000 times, but that one really drove me
What,
nuts.
Biden tweeted
No,
about
that you can
eggs?
just go on Twitter and say because of capitalism, and then make the most wild claim, and then people will fucking like retweet it. Like, do you know the reason we don't have chimpanzees as cops is because the capitalists don't want us having monkey cops, because then. I don't know. Then you could shoot a police officer and no one would get mad about it. I don't know. Something. I didn't think about that as much before I said it. I just.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, like
chimpanzee police
It was
officer.
a fine
But no, it's
example.
absurd to think.
I think there should be more orchards in the city, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you know that, like, actually, like, when they do like gardens and like abandoned lots and they make a community.
Yeah, but have you
garden,
ever been-
But no,
have-
the thing is, like, they have to
Have you ever been-
plant sunflowers
Yeah.
for like a couple cycles to leach all of the lead out of the ground before they can grow anything that anyone can eat.
Yeah.
Because there are so many heavy metals, like just
There's
if you, like, you
there's
try to like.
there's heavy metals, but there's also
Badass.
like parasites and
Yeah.
shit. There's always, have you ever been to like just like a small working farm where they don't use lots of like pesticides or whatever? You ever like
Definitely
picked raw corn?
No. Oh, yeah, actually, I have actually.
Yeah, and then you get home and it's filled with fucking worms.
Yeah.
It's like
It sucks, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, it's not like fruit doesn't like like Monsanto for all the bad shit that they do. The reason fruit's like fucking delicious is because we've like perfected, just created. Like fruit isn't natural. It's like we have this long.
But is
process
it
of-
delicious though?
What?
For fruit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
A good orange.
What's your favorite fruit?
I don't know. I used to say kiwi.
Because I don't know, I feel like the quality of fruit is going down, just like everything else. Like I can't remember the last
Yeah.
time I had a really good apple.
No.
Yeah, you disagree?
No, and they're coming up with new apples all the time. Yeah, the Honeycrisp is relatively new.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the only really shitty apple is the Red Delicious.
Red Delicious is
crap.
disgusting, and that's all we
It's so
had.
mealy. It's so
What is-
mealy.
But that's
It's
what we
so-
had when we were kids.
You're right.
We
Yeah.
didn't have jazz apples, Fuji apples, Gala apples. We didn't have fucking. You had Macintosh, Red Delicious, Granny Smith, and fucking like that was it. There was like
I don't know. Maybe I'm
And
just
the
hard to
yellows.
press now, but like, you're right. Like I think like, if you want to talk about like what has gotten
seedless
what has gotten
watermelon. Are you fucking kidding?
what has
me?
gotten demonstrably better like in my lifetime in like American like quality of life? The like bread and coffee. Like the the general quality of like bread and coffee that you're given access to for anywhere in America has gotten like markedly better.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah,
in my
Wonder
lifetime.
Bread was the pinnacle of
Yeah.
breads. Remember as a kid, you find out about potato bread? You're like,
Yeah.
holy
Ooh,
shit.
what's that?
Yeah.
Is
Now
this
they got all kinds of bread. Now the healthy bread's the best. That Dave's bread?
Do you like that?
I love Dave's bread.
Yeah?
Yeah. They have an everything bagel bread.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
I haven't tried it yet. I really like the bread from like the bakery at Wegmans.
Yeah.
That's the grocery store I go to now. They have excellent baguettes and sandwich loaves. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get off my shopping list.
No, it's
I
all right.
promise,
We're wrapping up
Yeah,
here. We're
okay.
almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Adam,
I
any
think-
closing thoughts on the Ohio train derailment?
I didn't know.
And that's been the Adam Friedland Show for this week, folks. Will, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me
Will,
on. I love
thanks.
this place is great. You guys are
Does it
awesome.
look like I'm crying right now?
Yeah, you do look like you're
Why
crying.
is it?
But yeah, that's a wrap
Yeah.
on the show, and then we'll dump these cards and then see what it looks like when we just do this swap, try to export it and get this uploaded.
All right.
I gotta
Sweet.
we'll pull the audio, post that tonight because that's got to go up, and then see if hopefully
Hopefully,
post the video on the page.
So
hopefully everyone will be as
you're-
mad at me as they are at Matt Healy.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
didn't say anything bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Monsanto was good.
Yeah.
I said that the Klan was Japanese. I said, let's
You
see.
said Timecop killed George Floyd.
Timecop killed George Floyd. That was the best part about that Matty Healy thing. All of these things I said got attributed to Adam or
Yeah.
fucking Matty Healy.
Yeah.
This is just
It's
nothing.
Nick's
I
master
like when
plan.
that happened though, because I had a real like Twin Peaks moment of being like, "What year am I living?"
Yeah. No, everything's fake.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks. That's a wrap. We can cut it. Dave, you want to cut the lights? Dave, fade the lights out, and then we'll do one of those cool. Adam, sit back down.
What? Okay.
Do you want to listen where like we just keep talking to each other while the cameras rolling?
Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool.
Dude, on the Doug and
But we're
Gene
done.
episode,
We're-
after we cut.